Hello, everyone. I'm welcoming everyone on this live stream today, which is the live stream for the Hackers League participants, for the Hackers League teams, builders, and founders. And with this live stream, with this workshop, we are starting a series of online gatherings for those that are hacking at the hackathon, for those that are launching their projects. And we are going to be covering a lot of different topics throughout this sequence of the online workshops. And today's one is the most important overview introductory ones, where we are going to be talking about Ton and Telegram ecosystems and what do the ecosystems need and what should you build on Ton. Overall, that's the question that we're going to be answering throughout the online workshop series. We're going to be talking about those products and those ideas that the ecosystem needs, those directions that the teams could explore and innovate in. And today I'm welcoming Inal Kardan, the partner at Ton Ventures, and my amazing colleague and my amazing partner in crime at the Ton events and at the Ton in the Ton team. And I am very excited to have you with us today. I'm gonna just pass the mic over to you. Please start with the short introduction about yourself, even though everyone knows you already. And please share with us more insight on what Telegram and Ton ecosystem is about.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for having me today. Actually, it's a pleasure being your partner in crime, as you just described. Yeah, I'm Inal. I'm partner at Town Ventures. Actually, former GameFi lead at Town Foundation. And yeah, today I'll try to actually share my experience of first being GameFi lead at Town Foundation, second being a partner at Town Ventures, and third, last but not least, being at many boot camps and being actually highly involved in the hackathon, which was like the last spring and part of summer. Today, I'll try to cover one of the most common questions about like what to build on Ton. That's my goal today, and would be happy if like this I don't know how to call it. Don't want to say the lecture if this presentation is going to be useful for developers. So yeah, I'm actually ready to start. Helena, if you're telling me to start, I'm gonna do that.
Definitely, please feel free to share your screen if you have any slides, and let's get it started. If anyone has any questions, that's what I'm gonna do a quick introduction about right now. You just have to join either the hackathon chat, which is the Hackathon X chat on Telegram, or you should go to this live stream on Twitter or YouTube, and just put your questions on the comments. I will be checking both the chat, the comments, and most of the communication channels that we have. So I will make sure to ask all of the questions that you are interested about to Inal. Of course, as well, you can just drop your questions after this live stream if you got any more, because we are checking the chats not only during the live stream, so it will be very easy for me to address all of the questions. And overall, if you are looking for any particular support for your project, or if you're looking to understand better what you should build, how you should build it, and get any additional advice, just please go to the Hackathon chat, which is Hackathon X, or to the Ton Society chat, or basically any community chats that we have, and that will be very easy to get. If you are looking to register for the hackathon, what you want to do is you just want to go to the ecosystem portal, which is the eco.ton.org. And once you go to the eco.ton.org, you simply find the Hackers League card, and that's where you will get the hackathon registration form. Please be careful. There is the form to create your project if you haven't yet created your project on the ecosystem portal, and then a form to apply for the hackathon. So it's those steps to get your application submitted and approved. And well, If you've already done that, please join one of our amazing 20 offline bootcamps. Please come to these online workshops, and please become the part of the ecosystem. That's what we are aiming at, and that's our main end goal, to bring more innovative and amazing builders. So we're actually dedicated particularly to that, and we're looking to provide as much support as possible. Okay, I can see your presentation already. I think it's good to go. You're muted.
See,
Yeah.
oopsie, sorry. Yeah, I was saying that I'm not going to have too many slides today. This is probably like a high level outline of like what you should build on Ton. And this is not going to be like, hey, build this and do not build that. Actually, we'll have one particular topic where maybe I will say that type of things. But in general, this is going to be more like I would like actually to be more like a conversational style. At the end, we also will have a section for questions. So yeah, let's start with it. What should you build on Ton? Probably one, as I already said, probably one of the most common questions from developers on bootcamps, not only on bootcamps, but especially on bootcamps. I'm Inal Kardan, partner at Ton Ventures. And yeah, I want to actually have a disclaimer here that we we definitely going to be speaking more from the investor's perspective rather than, I don't know, ecosystem perspective. Ecosystem, like, I mean, there's Ton Foundation, which is like foundation, nonprofit organization, actually helping the whole ecosystem to grow. I'm not going to speak on behalf of Ton Foundation. I'm going to speak on behalf of Ton Ventures. And maybe because of that, it's going to be like a bit different perspective compared to what Ton Foundation usually shares. Next thing, I will not give any specific ideas of products. Yeah, as you can see, there's like one point which is saying, actually, I will, but yeah, we'll come to that point later. And I can be, and I am very biased when I'm talking about different stuff. So this is important to understand that I'm one person. I'm sharing Ton Ventures' view on it, but still I can be biased. So do not think that this is the only right way how you should do things. Definitely there are other ways, and do not hesitate to actually experiment, maybe even sometimes to somehow argue with what I'm going to say. And if you have, again, any questions, feel free to actually text them. I mean, there is a YouTube stream. I'm trying to look on the stream as well. So if you'll have any questions, I'll try to answer them during and after the presentation. Yeah, general recommendations I want to start with, because we talk to so many teams from the Ton Ventures side. Like, I don't know, at least like several like 20 teams per week probably. And we have like a good understanding of what teams should do and should not do to be attractive for developers. And first, what I want to say is build sustainable businesses, not public goods. In the hackathon, there are a couple tracks where you can actually try to build public goods like infrastructure pieces, etc. But even those infrastructure pieces should be monetizable, because only monetization makes your product sustainable. And this is a bold statement, I know. Many can argue, how come maybe we got to do a library? Maybe you want to, but if you want to win the hackathon, you actually have to think how you can possibly monetize it in the future. And here I want to share one example. Let's say like Ton API. They are providing like infrastructure, but at the same time, they monetize it. Ton App, as far as I know, they're sponsors of the hackathon as well. So they monetize the infrastructure for developers. You can consider it as a public good as well, because they have free tires as well. But in general, it's a business. And my first very general recommendation is build sustainable businesses, not public goods. Public goods are not sustainable. And if you say, hey, we're building this because we think this is important for the ecosystem, first question you're going to get from us, and from, I guess, from Foundation as well, because as I already said, I worked at Foundation, is how to make it sustainable. Next thing, don't build yet another tap to earn product, please. This is, I mean, you can build if you have something really new in your product, but in general, you should not do that. I mean, it will not actually, it cannot be sustainable in the long term. So do not actually try to build yet another tap to earn product with like nothing new, just like yet another typical tap to earn product. And be open for pivots at every stage. So be open to change something if actually you see that it doesn't work, or if you get a good feedback from like experts on the bootcamp or wherever. So these are like general recommendations we have to start with. It's getting a bit dark, so let me just switch on my lights here. One second. I hope it's a bit better now. Yeah, and first, like thing that you have to think about is like you have to find a problem. And here I actually have quote from Paul Graham, which is like one of the founders of Y Combinator. And he says that the very best startup ideas tend to have three things in common. There's something the founders themselves want. They want that they themselves can build, and that few others realize are worth doing. In my opinion, this is the best description of like how you can actually find a good problem to solve. There's a QR code on the corner on the bottom, and I ask you to read this article. This is one of the best articles related to finding a good problem to solve with your idea, um, with your company, with your product. So I actually ask you to read this article. It is not that big. It definitely will help you. If we speak about Tonica system, what options are there to find a good problem? I can give you two hints here, relatively small hints. The first one, the approach number one, is try to help Ton Foundation. And here I have a small question for all of you guys. What are the biggest goals and challenges for the Tonica system right now? Try to answer. There is, again, I'm trying to look at the stream on YouTube. So if you have any thoughts about like this, try to answer. Because in my opinion, this is really important to understand. If you're watching this video as a recording, not live, then put on pause and try to think what are the biggest goals and challenges for the Tonica system right now. Actually, why I called this Help Ton Foundation, because Ton Foundation named these not problems, but like biggest goals and challenges several times. Different places, I don't know, some conferences, articles, online, wherever, it was named several times. So try to think of these problems, because this is important to understand. Yeah, I see someone is saying expansion and scales. Kind of, but there are actually two exact numbers, two exact metrics that Ton Foundation wants to approve. And it was, again, it was named several times. Let me share those metrics. The first one is number of users. It was publicly announced that Ton aims to onboard 500 million users by 2028. It means that you have to think about products that can bring more and more users to the Tonica system. By bringing means not just like they will get airdrop and leave, but they should retain in the ecosystem. This is important. So try to think what kind of problems I can solve, which will either attract a lot of users or attract liquidity. So another goal, which was it was not like there is no like one specific number that was announced by Ton Foundation, but obviously Ton Foundation wants to get maximum like TVL in the ecosystem. TVL is total value locked. So it's about like liquidity in the ecosystem. So these are two main metrics that Ton Foundation wants to actually improve: number of users and liquidity in the ecosystem. And try to build products which either will bring a lot of users or will bring a lot of liquidity. By a lot of liquidity, I mean, like, for example, total TVL of the Tonica system is like $400 million right now. As you can see, this is a graph from Defi Llama. I actually made this today. So it's about 400 million. If you can bring, I don't know, 50 million, it's already a good number. Or if you can bring a billion, it's even better. So try to think not just to get, I don't know, 1 million users. This is not that attractive as um, actually having, I don't know, 50 million users, because 50 million retained users is 10% of Ton Foundation's goals. Or this is not the same. I mean, attracting 4 million TVL is not that attractive as attracting 40 million. So what I'm saying here is try to think of products which will make significant impact on these two metrics. These are the most important metrics that you have to think about. And those two are like goals. This is the problem that we actually from the Ton Venture side see right now, is how to convert millions of top to earn users to retaining blockchain users. It means that they should constantly use blockchain. I mean, they should repeatedly use blockchain. I don't know, once per week, once per month, doesn't matter. But they have to keep using Ton blockchain in the long run. So this is the problem that also should be solved. And what I'm saying here is there are two metrics, two goals that you have to work on: attracting new users, on attracting new TVL, and another problem that you can try to solve on retaining existing users. Because again, in the end, retaining users also contribute to the number of users, to these like 500 million users. So this is like a very simple idea. Either think of how to attract new users, new liquidity, or retain existing millions of users from tap to earn products. Because as we can see right now, obviously not 100% of tap to earn users keep using blockchain after the airdrop, which is actually a challenge for the whole Ton ecosystem, how to retain them. So try to think of these in these three directions, because again, if you build quite big product, but at the same time it is like feasible, reasonable, not delusional, you have very good chances to be at least like a finalist of the hackathon, maybe even to win it. Okay, next approach, which is also good, is about copying ideas. There is a quote from Picasso here. He actually once said that good artists copy, great artists steal. And in my opinion, this is like true. And this is not only about artists, this is also about products. But I would add to this quote one more sentence: but do it wisely and think of Ton and Telegram. Think about distribution, think about market size, think about geography of users that actually use Telegram. What I want to say here is Ton is heavily integrated into Telegram. And Telegram is the main, not the only one, but the main distribution channel for Ton-related products. It means that you always have to think about how your product fits Telegram, not only Ton, but Telegram. One example: if you come and say, hey, we want to develop a game which is going to be like, I don't know, AAA game, and it's going to be a desktop game, chances to win the hackathon are quite low, just because this is not aligned with the strategy of Ton using Telegram as a main distribution channel. Or if you come and say, hey, we're going to build a product for existing users in, I don't know, let's say in the US, it means that you actually limit a lot your product's market size, your product's potential. If you say, hey, we're gonna build a product which will help to increase the number of users of Telegram and Ton in the US, that's great. But if you want to target people in the US, existing users in the US, probably it's not the best idea, again, because the market size is going to be not that big. So yeah, this is also about geo. So there are some geographies where Telegram, for example, is quite small. And for those markets, it doesn't make actually much sense to say, hey, we're going to focus only on these markets, because again, they're too small. If you have a solution how to onboard more people to Telegram on those markets, on those locations, that's great. But if you want to target on existing users there, it's not the best idea. So again, don't be shy to actually copy existing products on other blockchains, even existing Web 2 products. I'll talk about Web 2 a bit later. But always keep in mind that Telegram is the main distribution channel. Market size is important, and geography is important as well. Because if you build product for places where Telegram is not used, probably this is not the best option that you actually can have. And yeah, I see some questions in the chat. I'll try to answer them a bit later then. Next, very important thing is evaluate the market and competition there. Here it is purely based on my experience when I talk to different teams. And here there's no secret. I just want to speak about like several cases what I see quite often. Yeah, first, if you build something for a small market, it is usually bad. I can explain it in details that some teams come and say, hey, you are going to build this like very narrow product for a very small market, and we want to get 100% of it. Okay, but usually it is not that attractive for any investor, not only for Tom Ventures, but for any investor. I believe like most of teams, they want to get some kind of investments to move faster, to build faster, to ship faster. And it can be problematic if your market is too small. There's another case where market is small and no competitors at all. This is also bad. I mean, the first case, just small market, it's bad. That doesn't matter actually other competitors or not. If no competitors, it's even worse. It means that probably the market is so small that it is not interesting for anybody, or it means that people actually try to build a product there is no market at all. I mean, either it's too small or there is no market if there are no competitors. Next case is big market, but no competitors. Some teams actually try to say, hey, yeah, we see that there is a market, there's a huge market, but nobody's solving this problem. It usually means that there is no such a problem. It is impossible. Again, there are very rare cases when it can be like completely new market. Like, for example, I don't know, ChatGPT creating kind of like, I would say, assistant, but usually they are related to some like breakthroughs in technologies or like really new things. Like, I don't know, Bitcoin, for example, it was like completely new thing, and the market is huge and there were no competitors. But again, this is a really rare case. Usually, if you think that, hey, nobody tried to solve this, there are no competitors and a huge market, and we do not have any like technical inventions, usually you're doing something wrong. You're thinking you have some issues with the way you think actually, and because usually it is impossible without some breakthroughs in technologies again. Next case is small market, but potential for growth and no competitors. This is great. This is one of the best options that you can have as a founder of a startup. Small market is not a problem if there is a potential for growth. For example, 5 years ago, doing something for AI-related stuff, that would be great because there was a potential for growth. Or a year ago, building infrastructure or anything related to mini apps on Telegram, because potential for growth was huge, market was relatively small, and there were almost no competitors. This is like a really great combination of situation in the market. Here again, when I say no competitors, it means like there are no big companies. There are obviously competitors, but nobody knows about them. I can actually maybe say talk here about a product called Token Table. They're doing like token distribution for several projects in the token ecosystem. They have done it already, and this is actually their case. It was a small market like 6 months ago. There was a huge potential for growth, and there were almost no competitors. And now they have become like a successful product, as far as I know, according to their numbers. Next, big market, some competitors, but you have noticed something that they all seem to have missed. This is the perfect case again, but this is kind of quite rare case. Again, already big market, big competitors exist on the market, but you have noticed something that others missed. Here, There is like a traditional example of it, which is Dropbox. When Dropbox started developing their product, there was already quite big market. There were competitors, but they actually realized that first, not having like too strict limits on the number of devices is quite important. Having good applications on end devices is important as well, not only browser-based things. So because of these two things, they actually they were able to get the huge share of the market. But here you have to always like directly say what others have missed. Try to, when you pitch your product, try actually to think, okay, there should be a slide about the market. Which of these two categories I fall under? Is it like a small market but with potential growth and no competitors, or it's already a big market? There are some competitors, but we have noticed something. If this is the last case, you have to say what you have actually noticed and what's your secret sauce. And again, when you do a presentation, obviously, yeah, this is like I'm going to the end of the hackathon. But it can be useful on bootcamps as well. When you do a slide about the market, you have to choose one of these two options and like make a slide based on that. Next step, no, not next step, but next important thing to understand about evaluating the market and competition there is a quote from Delusional Founders. There are big Web 2 products in this vertical, but no competition in Web 3. So we don't have competitors. Usually, this is a wrong statement, completely wrong statement. It means that if you build Web 3 version of existing Web 2 products, you're going to compete with those Web 2 products. And for example, when people come and say, hey, we're going to have like Airbnb, but with Web 3 and on Telegram, and they say there's no Airbnb on Telegram with Web 3 because there is already Airbnb. It means that you are going to compete not with other Web 3 Airbnbs. You're going to compete with Airbnb itself. So if you think that there is nobody who's doing this in Web 3, but there is something big in Web 2, again, almost always, it means that you're going to compete with those Web 2 products. This is quite bad case, to be honest, because it is really hard to compete with Web 2 products, traditional products, just because Web 2 is usually easier for users. There are no like barriers for users. So think carefully if this is your case and you actually want to say that, hey, there are no Web 3 products doing this. We are the only one, but there is Web 2. Then probably you're in trouble and you have to find another advantage over Web 2 products. Now let's talk about verticals worth considering. There are obviously this is related to what we have as tracks on the hackathon on the page, and I'll just try to talk a bit more, like a bit deeper about every vertical and our vision at Ton Ventures. Again, we believe that in these verticals we can see like unicorns. It means companies with a valuation more than $1 billion in the next like 5 years. And we actually think that building products in these verticals is a good idea. Obviously, the first one is DeFi. With the DeFi, probably it's the easiest track for developers, because let me show the website. So if you go to Ton Ecosystem website, eco.ton.org, there's like a Hackers League hackathon, and you can actually find at the bottom different like descriptions of almost every type of DeFi product that you can build, like CDP-based assets, build farm, and algorithmic stable coins. So there are examples and descriptions of what you can build. What I would say here is this is not limited to this list. I mean, if you already have a DeFi product, you should not switch to something in this list. You can keep building the product that you already have. But if you do not know what to build, obviously you can take one of these ideas and just go and build it, go and deliver it. Think of how you're going to go to market, how you're going to attract users. Make it like a product, not just a a code base, but a product. So making all the steps to the market is quite important for DeFi section as well, not only having smart contracts. So what I'll ask, if you're considering building something in a DeFi, carefully look at this list. Again, there are examples, there are descriptions. Think of what you can actually build in terms of smart contracts and what you can actually market better than anybody else, because marketing is quite important for DeFi. Acquisition strategies is quite important. So let's go back to the list. Okay, social products based on Telegram features. In my opinion, this is very important to talk a bit in details about this, because when people speak about SocialFi, we have a track with SocialFi. When people speak about SocialFi, they always think about, yeah, friends tech and products like that. On the one hand, I can agree that, yeah, this is one of the cases. This is one like of the directions that you can think of. But think of Telegram features when we speak about social products. There are groups, there are channels, and you can build a lot of interesting interactions inside groups and channels. For example, tokens, and starting from DAOs for groups on Telegram, going to tokenomics for channels where, I don't know, people can earn tokens based on like how often they interact with the posts in different channels. Or you can build a whole economy based on boosts for channels on Telegram. These are just like a tip of the iceberg. But my point here is, think of Telegram features that you can connect with Web3, connect with Ton, and create some like markets, for example, there. For example, for boosts, you can actually create a market, right? Where people boost channels and, I don't know, get rewards out of it. Or they boost channel, actually they can rent their boosts to different channels and get, I don't know, Ton coins or revenue share from ads or whatever. There are many things that you can, again, build on Telegram and with Telegram features in mind. Next thing, ads and tools for ads. Also, I want to speak a little bit more about like ads market because there are so many teams building now ad networks on Telegram for mini apps. And as far as I remember, one of them, AdsGram, is also a sponsor of the hackathon. But in general, I would say that there is a space for more than one ad network on Telegram, but the competition is already quite dense, and there are many teams already building ad networks. Obviously, again, this is like the basics, the fundamental of anything related to ads. Because of that, probably people build it. But if you would ask me as a person from Ton Ventures, I would say, if you want to build ad network on Telegram, you either have to understand how you're going to beat existing players, or you actually have to have technical advantage. This is really hard in the ads market, but yeah, instead of building ads network, I would recommend to build, again, ads network is just like basics. It's just like a fundamental thing. On top of it, you can build a lot of things like analytical tools, for example, things related to performance marketing on Telegram, and things like which are complementary to products like AdsGram is the best idea in my opinion. And ads market obviously can be big on Telegram in the future. So building things that help AdsGram to become, I don't know, more effective, not only AdsGram, but ad networks to become more effective, is one of the best things that you can do if we speak about ads. And you can consider it as infrastructure, but at the same time, this is very important infrastructure. Next thing, simple financial services for tap-to-earn users. Here, we believe that there are going to be some very like simplified DeFi, or retail DeFi as we call it. Best example here is saving products. So people actually who play tap-to-earn games, maybe they do not want to think a lot about like all the complications of blockchain, all these like transactions, etc. but they can be open to, I don't know, put $200 that they earned from Notcoin, Hamster, and cat design to a saving account, which will give them 5% per year, 5% APY. And if it's like in gamified or simplified way, this is great. And if you can build these kind of products and you can make it so simple that tap to earn users will like it, this is definitely going to be a big one. This can be a hit. So try to think this way. Also, this is my personal opinion. There is always a space to build um, products for speculators, let's call it so, because crypto in many aspects is about speculation. So building products for speculators also can be, I mean, simplified speculations on Telegram can be big thing as well. So think of simplifying existing DeFi products with either saving products or speculations. And my, like the best topic that I can speak hours about, games on Telegram. But again, next generation of games on Telegram. I think that many people started understanding that you cannot just build yet another tap to earn game and become really big. Again, you still can still can become big. You still can have millions of users. It still can be financially successful, but this is not going to be as big as, I don't know, Hamster, obviously, just because the competition is very, very dense there as well. So try to think of what is the next step of games on Telegram. There are a couple options that you can build. First, obviously, it's about building mid-core games. Like, again, I love Gato team. I keep mentioning them. They build a great game, and this is like one of the examples of mid-core games. And also, we speak a lot with investors, with like VCs in the ecosystem, and most of them look for not for a specific game, but for a good game studio that can iterate fast all their different ideas. Again, the first idea is very important. Building social, viral, mid-core games can be great, but also you have to be ready to iterate fast. Like, because traditional game market is always, again, about hits. You build 10 products, one of them is successful, and because of that, you actually get some revenue, get some ROI. On Telegram, this is going to be the same. You will, like, game studios that able to iterate quite fast going to be successful, while teams focusing only on one game can struggle in the nearest future. Again, because the market is becoming more and more competitive. So this is my thesis about games on Telegram. Also, I want to mention here that there are some ideas that still should be developed on Telegram. Those ideas were successful on other messengers like WeChat, VK, Facebook games. So there is still some room to still, as you remember, there was a quote that good artists copy, great artists still. So there is some space still to good ideas from the past and from other messages and implemented on Telegram. They still can be successful, but in general, I would recommend to focus on better content, better quality content if we speak about games on Telegram. Actually, this is almost it. I want to share 3 links that you have to read, in my opinion, if you consider building something on Telegram, the Ton integration. The first one, I actually shared this link already, how to get startup ideas by Paul Graham. There's a QR that you can scan and read the article. Next one, how to get startup ideas by Jared Friedman, also by Y Combinator. They actually explain quite well what are the best combinations of ideas, market size, founder feed, etc. I'm not going that deep into it, but again, Y Combinator lections, they work not only for like Web 2, but for Web 3 as well, usually. And obviously follow the most useful Twitter for founders, like by Town Ventures. We try to share our experience. We try to share feedback to teams there. Feel free to follow Town Ventures Twitter. And obviously visit Bootcamps, because again, as Helena already mentioned, there are going to be 20 bootcamps all over the world. And this is probably the best thing that you can do, to visit the bootcamp and to talk to people from Town Ventures, Town Foundation, Town Society, other projects, Top, the open platform. Talk to all these people. You will get really valuable feedback that will increase your chances to win the hackathon at the end of this long 2 months event. And yeah, as far as I know, first boot camps, they're going to start this weekend, like in a couple days. So if you're close to any of the cities on the left, feel free to register. You can find more details on the QR here. Just like open the link in the QR. And yeah, register, come. I'm going to be on 4 or 5 of these boot camps as well in different cities. Would love to meet in person. And yeah, would love to talk about your ideas. Yeah, that's actually it. I want to answer some questions in the chat. There is one. What about the fact that in Hackers League, interoperability track does not require the creation of a mini app? Then what should be shown? Platform, smart contracts, or yeah, good question. As I already mentioned, yeah, there are some tracks where you can build like public goods, where you can build like not only things related to like mini apps. I mentioned that at the beginning. Here, I would recommend to actually show for the product. It can be outside of Telegram, but you have to show the product. If it's like a bridge, let's just imagine the easiest case. It's a bridge. And if you want to build a bridge, it should be available to users, right? So try to build the product, end user product, not only smart contracts. Users will not open the smart contract code and do something. Try to show the product. It can be a website. It can be, I don't know, it can be integration into mini app as well. Why not? Or in the interoperability track, there are ways there are options that you can actually build like multi-chain products, but they should be user-facing products. So again, do it as a product, not as a code base, not as a public good. Yeah, next one. We're creating a solution like data rollup to make Ton a key player in the AI race across blockchains. How relevant is this? I don't know, details should be discussed. To be honest, in my opinion, there are quite few cases where an AI and blockchain make sense. Today, I actually had one call and I was quite surprised that there was like really a product by a team that want to build like a product on the intersection of AI and blockchain. If you want to build like a data rollup, you have to discuss it with some people from Town Foundation, probably. I mean, from Town Foundation, Town Ventures, from, let's call them, experts. Because again, it depends on the product. It is quite rare when AI plus blockchain makes sense, but still those cases exist. A little off topic, when will cohort 0.1 participants? Yeah, it's a different conversation. Probably should not answer this question here. What's your opinion on regulated financial services, in particular centralized exchanges, neobank on Telegram, crypto on-off ramping? Regulated financial services, great thing. Again, this in my opinion, this falls under the like simple financial services for tap to earn users, because it actually can onboard all of them as well. Again, centralized exchanges, probably, again, if you just build yet another centralized exchange, it can be quite weird. Just like, what's the point? But if you have an idea how exactly you will, I don't know, attract users, that can make sense as well. I mean, regulated financial services in general, it is not a red flag. You just have to understand how exactly it's going to be regulated, and you'll have to be ready to answer questions like, hey guys, this is going to be a regulated thing. Do you have any ideas, connections, wherever to make it happen? And what bootcamps are you planning to visit in person? Thanks for the question. I believe I'm going to be in, again, this is not like for 100%. I'm definitely going to be in Astana. Probably I'm going to be in Gurugram, Ho Chi Minh City, and Manila, but these three are still not finalized. So yeah, definitely going to be in Astana, going to fly there this Thursday. So if you're going to attend bootcamp in Astana, we'd love to talk to you and probably share some like more details and insights during the bootcamp as well. Yeah, I guess that's it. I do not see any other questions in the chat. So thank you guys, thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for this active discussion. I see that there is a lot of questions from the participants, and I'm very happy to see that you guys are joining the workshops. That means that they actually make sense to you too. If there is any particular topic of the workshop that you wanna attend and that you need particular insights on, just please share the topic on the hackathon chat, and I'm definitely gonna try to arrange that one. There is many more topics and many more workshops prepared, so just please join the hackathon chat and follow the announcements, because there is gonna be a lot more online live streams coming, and I see that there is a lot of thank you comments, so I'm gonna put them on the screen because it's just so cute. For today, that's it. Please join the hackathon, hack at the hackathon, become the founder and ton now, and let's meet at the live judging sessions when we are announcing the winners, and all of you watching us are already the winners of this hackathon.